I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative, I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Going down, I'll give up everything. A daunting thought, if I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many ones that are so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
I'll give up everything, daunting thought, if I can see my dream, make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to what I want a reality. Going down, I'll give up everything, daunting thought, if I can see my dreams, make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Stroke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. 'Cause I'm my own worst enemy, only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Hello and welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick. They can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. What do I mean by that? Well, people are very unique. Very, very unique. If you haven't noticed by now, here in America with the Democrats and Republicans, and it's like oil and water. But the funny thing is that they sleep in the same bed. And they can't be trusted. Neither party can be trusted. Even Republicans can't be trusted. And I'm a Republican, but they can't be trusted because there's individuals that are very, very sneaky, and they continue to do their sneaky work in the shadows, and it's only going to get worse. And I do believe World War III will start. I have this feeling. I've been having this feeling. I'm alive for a reason, and it's to witness something really big to happen. I believe this is the time that it's going to happen. And I don't know if the world's ready, but they got no choice because everything's going to pop off like at any moment. You're going to have, you already have the Ukraine and Russia craziness, and Ukraine cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted at all. Russia cannot be trusted. Like Israel, they cannot be trusted. Iran, we already know Iran can't be trusted. It's just, that's a problem we have right now in this world, is we can't trust one another. We can't trust people's word, because yes, we preach the peace, but in reality we thrive for war, and we're thirsty for war, and war is very profitable. It's very, very profitable. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to change. We have not learned from the past, and the past will continue to repeat itself until we learn the proper way. It's going to be dark days coming, man. I hope you guys are ready. That's all we can do, is just continue living our lives to the fullest, right? And take care of yourself. If I was to give an advice, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of the ones that you love the most, because everybody else outside can't really be trusted. And it's sad, but that's just the way of life right now. And when a leader speaks, a leader lies. And it's true. And what does it have to take? 2 slaps in the face? I mean, it happened to France, and they're covering that story like they're trying to bury that story and try to keep people from thinking about it and talking about it, and they're trying to like hush it up in the media. Like every other story they try to do is like spin it their way, and oh no, we were playing tag, and it missed. It hit me in the face. It was no big deal. I mean, can't be trusted. The media cannot be trusted. Your government cannot be trusted. Your local law enforcement cannot be trusted. Your lawyers are liars. They cannot be trusted. It's like they're paid like to pretty much lie for you or to do what you want them to do. They're just puppets, educated puppets. And I have really good attorney friends, especially down in Florida. And I always tell them, it's like, you cannot be trusted, man. It's like, you're an attorney. I can't trust you. Uh, oh, man. And David was one of them. He was Jewish, too. And I used to tell him, man, I like you a lot, but I can't trust you. This is a cat. It's many reasons why, but let's see if we could catch a couple of stories. I got a story about an AI that's beyond frightening, and why Ukraine. That's another story. Why Ukraine strikes on Israel Crimea bridge, and why is it so significant? Like it's just Ukraine's looking for it. Ukraine is doing this on purpose because they want this war to spark. They don't care about the peace talk. You could talk about the peace talk. You could trade prisoners all you want. They could do the exchange, and it doesn't mean shit. If they are in it to start something big, it's going to start. It's going to pop off. The powers to be, the ones that are truly in control, that's controlling the narrative, they're putting this into motion. And they don't care who's in office. They don't care who's president because they don't mean shit. They're nobodies. And President Trump, to be honest with you, he's becoming a puppet. And and Elon is he saw it, and not only that, other people are looking at it and be like, how come you said we're gonna have this peace and nothing's happened in peace talks. Everything's all like, yeah, we'll talk peace and boom, 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 blow everything up like Ukraine is doing. I'm telling you, Ukraine's gonna get it. Oh man, if they targeted Zelensky and take him out, that might end the war. That might stop. Like, it's gonna start other people, flare up. But if they take out the top leaders of Ukraine, they'll probably solve a lot of the problems that's going on. But they can't be trusted. People can't be trusted. Even your best friend will lie to you right to your face. So it's just incredible where we at today. Another story we're going to talk about is the New Orleans with that prison break. Well, there was a home searched after being recognized by the escapee. He did a video and he was pleading his case, which in reality, you know what? I think I really do believe on him when he says that the New Orleans is very corrupt and their system is corrupt and their police force and their people are very corrupt. I truly believe that. I really do. And also, we're going to be talking about the family of Boulder terrorist suspect arrested by ICE. Yeah, they took the parents, they took the kids, they took the wife. Yeah, they're not playing anymore. They're gonna have to go for full sweep. Full sweep is everyone who looks Spanish or doesn't look like they're from America or American. Expect to be questioned. I expect to be questioned one day. I'll be like, ¿qué tú hablas? Yo soy americano, yo soy de aquí. ¿Qué tú hablas? And I'm like, you motherfucker, I'm American, bitch. I was born in Miami, Florida. Oh man, it's funny. It's funny. Yo, what's up, Tyson? And what's up, Albie? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a good night, a good day, and good afternoon, wherever you're at. But I know Tyson is early evening. It's late evening. I started a little late today, but it's okay. Let's go straight to the stories. Let's try to set this up. First, let's go with the AI because I don't trust AI. AI is very new to the human race, and we don't know what it's capable of. And I think AI could be it could be help, and it could be a doomsday device. It could be the beginning of our end. And technology is very, very scary. So let's go ahead and jump to that story. Let me just set this up because, like always, gotta get it set up. There we go. It's coming from Fox News.
Wow, from film to real life, artificial intelligence models are now fighting for their own survival. One OpenAI model rewrote its own code to avoid being shut down. And Anthropic started blackmailing the engineer. Kurt, the cyber guy, joins us now. Kurt, I read about this and my jaw dropped. It actually started blackmailing the engineers who were suggesting shutting the AI down. The AI was going after them. That's frightening.
Beyond frightening. Good morning to you, Rachel. Not to ruin your day, but this sort of Hollywood is becoming a reality if we don't do anything about it. Hope at the end of what I'm about to tell you, though. So get ready, though, to freak out about AI getting really out of control. There's an AI keyword I want you to know about. It's called alignment. AI alignment is a science of ensuring that AI systems do what we intend them to do instead of something like you just heard. Nonprofit AI research lab put alignment and disobedience to the test. The results, as Rachel did a cursory look at there, are pretty astonishing. OpenAI models, a simple script was given that would shut off the AI model when triggered. 79 out of 100 of those trials, the AI edited the script so that the shutdown command would no longer work. Another AI model from Anthropic that you talked about, further 84% of those tests, the AI model tried to blackmail the lead engineer in not shutting down the system. So it even left messages, by the way, to its future self about evading human control. Now, so what do we do about it? Well, China could actually teach us a lesson, invested $82 billion into what's called controllable AI, or getting alignment on this. The U.S. needs its smartest minds working on this problem ASAP.
Do you know what else they need? We need bioethicists. We need people who can provide some morality around this technology, because so many of the people who are developing this technology are secularists. Their God is tech. And so we need to have that involved too. And that speaks to this next topic, because AI, we're learning, could actually devastate the Earth's population down to the size of the UK by the year 2300. And the reason is because they're replacing jobs that humans did with AI, and we'll lose our purpose, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are a whole bunch of these theories kicking around in the tech sphere. Well, one is about believing that the act of allowing AI to take our jobs now is in and of itself setting off this devastating chain of events. It goes like this. AI takes our jobs. We stop having kids fearing that they're not going to find work. Now, this causes a population implosion, taking what is today 6 billion human beings on the planet down to what you said, the size of the UK, which is about 100 million people by 2300. Now, if you think that's fiction, think again. Some academics think that this population shrinkflation already is happening before our eyes. Because if you look at the stats right now out of the CDC, it measures that we are now at the lowest total fertility rate since the 1930s.
Yeah.
The data from 2023, 1.62 births per woman is the figure now. What does it take to keep us from, to replace the human race in America as we age out and leave the planet? 2.1 of that rate.
Yeah.
So we're shrinking. So what are you going to do about it? Interestingly, did you see this?
There are some people that like that. I mean, this is what Bill Gates always wanted. This is what a lot of these tech obsessed people have always wanted. They've wanted, and many on the left with depopulation. This is very scary stuff, Kurt.
Did you see what Elon Musk is doing? I mean, this is sort of, he has this idea and it sounds fantastic, but watch him do it. Colonizing other planets like Mars. He wants to do it to reseed or reset Earth. Why? He's watching this. This is exactly what he called out years ago. So what do you and I do about this to at least slow it way down? We call our political representatives and we say, can you please put these smart minds on this so that we don't get offed by AI?
Yeah, smart in minds, but also people with a care and an interest in our souls and the fact that we are human beings, body and soul. And you take away people's work, you take away their dignity, and you replace humans with robots. This is not a recipe for happiness and fulfillment in the future.
No.
A lot to think about.
And you're right.
Kurt, thank you so much. By the way, you can get Kurt's free Cyber Guy report newsletter at cyberguy.com.
That's wild. I never trusted AI. I don't trust it. It's too new. I remember, listen, I have a quick story. I remember the first time I was about, how old was I? I was 6, no. Yeah, I was about 6 years old when I first saw someone walking around with this block, which was a cell phone, but it was the brick. It was a big ass brick phone. Like it took, like you had to hold it like this because it weighed as much as a baby. And the antenna was fucking huge off that thing. I was like, if you're not scared of getting cancer, I'm like, I wouldn't put that near my head, nowhere near my head. But the phone was super huge, and I remember that when I was little when I first saw that. And I remember the first time, I think I was about 10, 11 years old when I first saw someone talking on a cell phone. And it was not like a cell phone, but they had like the earpiece. They had an earpiece and they were talking. And it was on their cell phone. And I thought they were crazy at first. And I remember because I was playing basketball. We started growing up, but like I remember the phase when we went from, my first device that I ever had was a beeper. I don't know if you guys had beepers, but I did. My mom got me a beeper for me. The little boxes, like you could probably find them on eBay now, and they're pretty cool novelty little gifts. Like, and I remember the subscription. Well, back then it was a lot, but then it dropped like crazy. Like a beeper now is like for a year subscription is probably like $5 or $10 for the whole year to have the unlimited page to you. But I remember my mom, she got me that. But I when I first saw the guy, right, he was talking loud, and I was playing basketball. I was like, who's this guy talking to? Like, I really never focused on like the television back in the days. I was mostly outside, and I was always playing basketball or doing some kind of sports, which something that kids today rarely do. I want to say like half of the kids don't really go outside and get some sun and run around and, be kids, no. But when I saw the guy and he was just acting like weird, erratic, like he was pissed. And I was like, who are you talking to? And he's like, he was pointing his ear. And I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck because I didn't see it. It was like dark. It was like, must have been like what, 8:30 at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, because they used to turn off the park lights at 10 o'clock during the weekdays, and then during the weekend, especially Friday, Saturday, they would turn off the lights at 12 o'clock, like midnight, which was cool because we used to play basketball, late night basketball. But that was my first encounter with the cell phone. I didn't know what it was. And then until then, I didn't see anybody like for a good period of time um, with cell phones. And then I ran across somebody again and I saw the device that it had. And then I remember when I went to the mall and I wanted to know about the cell phone thing, right? So I went to, and this was in Hialeah, Florida. I went to damn, what was the name of that mall? Um, it wasn't was it Hialeah Mall? I forgot the name of the mall. It had a name. Well, I went into that mall. And I remember I was like, I walked in there and we went to the store. Let me remember the name of it. Yeah, that was it. Primeco. Remember Primeco? It was a cellular distributor like T-Mobile. T-Mobile bought Primeco because that was back in the days when people were like merging together. So everybody was like, it was kind of like Voltron, and they were like forming the lines together, putting the lines together. So then T-Mobile came and bought Primeco, and Primeco became what made T-Mobile really take off. And then T-Mobile ended up, buying Sprint and some other company they also bought. Metro PCS, that, and that's how T-Mobile, rose up to where they're at today, next to AT&T and Verizon. But that was my thing with technology. I just had a weird relationship with it, especially with the pagers. The pagers were pretty cool. I remember I had a list of BB, like the the pager codes. It's like 143 I love you, and I forgot majority of the codes because there were like certain codes for certain things. So it was such the coolest thing. Like my mom, I remember I forgot what was my mom code when she told me to get my ass home. She'll have like one for me to go home and then another code for me to come home because dinner's ready. It was just so cool growing up, especially the early 90s. It was very unique times for sure. But AI has been developing and transforming. I remember when I was in school, um, when I first saw the computer for the first time, it was the weirdest thing when I saw it because I was like, "What is this? The screen with?" And then we had to use floppy disk. Those square floppy disk, like the old school. You know what I'm talking about. If you guys were born in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 80s, the computers and weird ass shit. It's like a floppy thing, and then you have to put it in, but you have to be like gentle with it to get it in, and then close the little because it was a Macintosh, so you would close the little lid on it, and then it would go through a cycle on it, and then if it was working properly, it would be green, and you will see on the screen whatever the floppy disk was. Um, it was so weird. That was like I don't know the technology. Then it was just, and then we started upgrading. And I remember in in high school, I actually volunteered for community service because we had to complete a certain amount of hours for community service to graduate. So I volunteered with me and my best friends. I remember Gilbert and Gus and Miguel. It was three of us. It was four of us. I mean, Gilbert, Miguel, and and Gus and Ralph too. But Ralph left. He left like I think it was like in the 11th grade. He left, so he wasn't gonna graduate. Was it? I think he left in the middle of 12th grade or something like that. Because I have another story about that too, with Ralph. Remind me about that because I may forget, but I'll never forget the story. So I volunteered with my friends, and the principal was requesting for volunteers to help install the internet to the high school. We had to run wires, and we'll have like technicians to help us, but we were going to do majority of the work because it was like a project. But she wanted like the students to be involved to put the internet up on. First, I was working. I did the library, so I did the main office and the library. And we were like little technicians. We were like little events, but we had fun. It was fun. Me and Gilbert and Gus, and we were a bunch of clowns then, and but we were funny. We always had a good time, and we made the best of it. And I love my high school years. I kind of miss it because I had a really good time in my high school years. Um, but we installed the internet, and that was the first time that I had like really interaction with the internet. And I remember AOL was the shit. Like AOL was like, if you didn't have that weird sound with the modem making, that little connection sound. It was like the weirdest connection sound, but you knew when it connected because it made a little like another hiss sound, and it's like this little beeping sound, and you're like, oh, it's connecting good. And then it's like, you got mail. I'm like, it was just weird. It was so like, the 90s was so weird. But I helped my school install the internet, and it was a good project. It took a couple of weekends for us to do it. I got a lot of community hours for that, and the principal was very happy with us. And she was happy. She was really happy with me because she knew me. I knew her. She was happy with me because I did a lot of community service, and I used to do like raise money for certain projects for the school. I remember we raised money. It was like a putting game, and we had to me because we were the captain, or I used to golf, right, and I was the captain of my golf team for the boys. And the girls, there was another, I forgot her name. I have a picture of her though. I have it in my my senior year book that I have there. But she was the captain of the girls team, and we both was tapped by the principal to go to the bank, which was at that time, what was the name of that bank? Damn, I forgot the name of the bank. But we were tapped to go to the bank, and we were supposed to help like customers when they come in, offer them to putt, and if they made the putt, they would get a gift. So a lot of people were really trying to get the gifts because they were really good gifts. They were like cups, like coffee cups, and they had like the pens, but they were like really good items. I was like, people are gonna want this for sure. And we did like 3 hours, and we were there for a few days doing that. And the principal, she would always tap me to do certain things and stuff because I was the captain of my golf team, and I was the captain of my bowling team too. In high school, I used to bowl really good. I was a really good bowler. And I really did love it a lot, and I can't do it anymore. That's already been past me, and I can't bowl because of my neck and my spine. So it's never happening ever again. And golf too. I can't play golf, and I was really good at golf. Um, but I was recognized and stuff. And long story short, but yeah, sorry, it was a long story. But let's jump to that Ralph story. The Ralph story. He was a friend of the group. He was like the fifth member, of the boy band. but he was the one that's gonna be leaving the boy band, and he wasn't. He was okay. He was a good friend. He was a good friend. But he moved to Houston, and and the reason why I'm bringing up the story is because we had senior skip day, and he had and actually it wasn't. I wasn't a senior at that time. I was a junior. We were juniors, and we skipped with the seniors, and we went to South Beach. And I remember we were in the water. And it was all of us, and we were by Third Street in South Beach, and we were by we're in the water, and then my friend starts panicking, and he's like, "Oh shit, I lost my ring." And we're like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, I lost my ring. Can you help me find it?" And it's like, "Okay." And it was a group of us: Gilbert, Gus, Miguel, others that were there, a lot of girls that were there, and we were looking for it. And I don't know what happened, how it happened, but I had put my foot down and on sand, and I swear to God, the fucking ring went in between my toes. It went between my toe. I clenched my toe and I pulled up and I went down and I grabbed it and I lifted up. It was my friend's ring. That was so freaking amazing, man. The feeling, he was so happy. He gave me like a huge hug. He was like, "You fucking found it. That's you fucking awesome." I was shocked that I found it. I was like, "Yo." I was like, "Bro, look." It was like the Precious, the ring. It was like Lord of the Rings, but before Lord of the Rings. I found the ring, and I gave it to him. He was like, he wanted to cry because he thought he lost it. Right now that ring, it would cost a lot of money. It's not cheap, not cheap. Um, and he was scared because we were in the ocean. Hello. What are the chances of finding that fucking ring that it landed in my toe? Like when I put my foot in the sand, it went in between like my toe. If I ever get my friend Gilbert on here, I'll be like, "Yo, dude, can we bring some receipts on this story? On the internet story and on the ring?" Because I like to come with receipts. I think I could. It's gonna be hard, but because I don't use Facebook and I don't like interacting in it. But if there's a will, there's a way. I could always get in touch with my friends somehow. These are from high school. This is more than what would have been graduating this month. Um, I graduated back in '98, and it's been a while, man, a long time. So what, 27 years? Long, long time. But man, I still remember those times. I remember when I threw up in my friend's car. I was telling him to fucking pull over. I was fucking drunk. I'm sorry. Like this is back in my crazy times when I was young. I was loose. I was a loose goose, man. I was in South Beach. Hello, and I had a fucking body. So, um, I went to Wet Willie's on South Beach, and I had a couple of call cabs with a shot, and my friends did that. They were like they the ones that bought the drink for me. So I started drinking because it was like a slushy. I was like slushy. That motherfucker got me. It got me so drunk. I remember Miguel being there, Gus, all of us. It was we were best friends, so we used to hang out like with each other all the time, like Miguel, Gus, and Gilbert. Um, and remember that night, Maylene, my friend Maylene came over. Diddy, not Diddy, Didier, not Diddy, not the Tootsie Roll, not the Tootsie Roll. Didi was his. We used to call him. He's not black. He's Cuban. Uh, well, yeah, we had some crazy times. But we went and we went drinking. I went drinking, and Gilbert didn't drink because he was a driver. He was gonna drive, and I feel so bad because I was trying to tell him to pull over, and he wouldn't listen. I was like, "Dude, pull over." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I tried to throw up out the window, and I couldn't, and I threw up in his fucking car." Oh man. I threw up in there, and then the next day, that I felt so bad because that shit stank like a motherfucker. Like, call a cab coming back up was a disaster. Like, I will never forget that fucking night, man. I know if I get my friend Gus on here, he would talk about it. He oh man, just reminiscing, you know, the good old times, what I used to do. Um, like, I got so many memories, so many things that I've done, so much, so much. That this is just like the tip of climbing Mount Everest, and we're just starting at the bottom. It's like my life is a damn book for sure. It's a book, and I've done a lot of things. Like, yeah, but we could go on to the next story here, which I believe will start World War III. If not, because they really want it to start. Ukraine is doing everything that they can to start World War III, because they want the pity, they want the weapons, they want like the world to come to their defense. And I think Trump should not step in and try to help them. I think if they get themselves into this mess, they need to pull themselves out of this mess. If you start something, there's always going to be something, and you're poking the bear. And I wouldn't have done that. What they're doing is the complete opposite. It's like they really want this war to start. They really want to escalate. And I blame, at first I blame the U.S. for, and I blame Biden because Biden gave him so. Remember the times that he was giving so much money? How much money that Ukraine like got every time, like he came here to visit Biden, and it's like he used to come out with a check every single time. He always had money coming. Like, it was just weird. It was just a weird thing. Every single time he came to visit, he went to the freaking Congress and had that speech, and trying to gather sympathy from around the world. And I never simped for that guy. The guy is a fucking weirdo. Like, his energy is not good. He's very corrupted, and the fact that he's like clowning the world is just despicable, very despicable. But let's go ahead and go to that story, and give me a chance to rest my voice, because when I talk about my past, it's like a flashback, and it's like it plays like a movie in my head. So I apologize about that. But I see Tyson. It's stormy in Vegas. Holy shit. Well, I hope it doesn't flood out there, but it's nice to have rain. It feels good. I mean, for me, it brings me pain, but I love rain. I remember when I was little, I used to make it rain. I used to look at the clouds, and I used to wish for rain, and it would rain. Like, I felt like I could control the weather when I was in Florida. Every time I look at the cloud in a certain way and I really wanted it to rain, it would rain. It would be sunny, and it would be raining. And it's so cool. When I was little, I used to do that. That was like a little I felt like a little gift that I had. So let's go ahead and go to this Ukraine striking on the Crimea Bridge.
Ukraine says it carried out an attack on the bridge linking Russia and the Crimean Peninsula. According to Ukraine's security service, underwater explosives were used to damage the bridge following an operation lasting several months. Tuesday's attack was the third time Ukraine had targeted this structure, which was built by Russia after it annexed the Crimean Peninsula in 2014. CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata joins us now. And Charlie, good to see you. What do we know about the extent of the damage to this bridge? It seemed to be a very crucial lifeline.
Yeah, Nancy, it was enough to close the bridge down twice today, although it has been reopened, as we understand it. Once again, another surprise attack by Ukraine's security services, the SBU, following the weekend's audacious attacks on Russian airfields that struck a significant number of Russian strategic bombers. They say they used more than 1,000 kilograms of explosives, which severely damaged the underwater pillars, those sort of struts that support the bridge. As you said, the head of the SBU, the intelligence services, said this is the third time that's happened. You may remember that massive truck bomb that did serious damage to the bridge. I think it was in 2022. And once again, hitting the struts of the bridge. And Ukraine keeps saying this is a legitimate military target because it's a critical supply line for Russian troops and equipment. But it's also a deeply symbolic strike because Putin built this bridge to connect Crimea to the Russian mainland after annexing the Crimean Peninsula to Russia. So this is a symbolic strike as well as a strategic strike.
Well, given how significant it is, was the Trump administration notified about this attack?
No, the Trump administration was not notified and not notified of the previous attacks on the air bases.
What does that tell you?
Well, we already knew that, and I'll tell you what it tells us. When that unfolded over the weekend, I contacted my sources here at the Pentagon. They informed me that they weren't given the heads up about that, either before the operation or as it was carried out. And what it tells me is it really shouldn't be a surprise because I've interviewed the head of the SBU, the intelligence services in Ukraine, in the past, even about the initial Russian invasion itself. And he said they would never share intelligence of that nature with American intelligence agencies. And it's worth pointing out here because they've just got great operational security. The sources here say the Ukrainians may have exaggerated the success of the attacks on the air bases, saying it destroyed like 40 aircraft. Sources here say it's probably closer to half that, but either way, damaged or badly destroyed or badly damaged, this is a significant loss. And it's also worth pointing out, this isn't just the use of the technology that the Ukrainians are sort of world beaters at in using drone technology, but the subterfuge and the intelligence of the Ukraine's intelligence services really doing it under the noses of Russia's security services. And again, that was 18 months in the making, and the attack on the bridge was months in the making, too.
Yeah, you make such good points there, Charlie. And I also want to ask you about the potential peace deal. Russia and Ukraine have been working toward this for some time now. So what is the status of those talks?
Well, considering the slugfest, the brawl that both sides are currently engaged in, I don't think anybody was expecting a breakthrough in Istanbul. The Russians have escalated their attacks on civilian targets. President Zelensky said they're hitting infrastructure and civilian targets in the east. And of course, Ukraine launching those unprecedented attacks thousands of miles from the front lines. The Russians now are actually demanding more territory than ever since before 2014. They're also saying that Ukraine must reduce its army and promise not to join any military alliance, let alone NATO, which are clear deal breakers. And the Russians know this. There is some progress to report in terms of prisoner exchange and repatriating fallen Russian soldiers. But really, any hope of a substantial step forward in the peace process are really dim at the moment.
And Charlie, before we let you go, some news from here in the States. The Navy now considering renaming multiple ships who were named after prominent Americans. What have you learned about those plans?
Yeah, so this is a story, Nancy, that we've been covering all day and chasing all day. So CBS News has obtained U.S. Navy documents used to brief the Secretary of the Navy and his Chief of Staff that outline timelines for renaming the USNS Harvey Milk, and that the name change could be announced to coincide with Pride Month this month. So it's an oil supply ship. It's a support ship, so not a battleship, but named after the gay rights advocate and Navy veteran who was assassinated in 1978. In addition, documents obtained by CBS show other vessels for renaming under a recommended list, and they include other prominent leaders, including Thurgood Marshall, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Harriet Tubman.
Charlie D'Agata, thank you very much.
Yeah. I don't, this, whatever on that. But, Ukraine, they're very sneaky, and NATO is really pushing these weapons to Ukraine to use against Russia, and Russia knows this, and they're so funny that they're in Istanbul trying to come to a ceasefire to bring peace, but yet they're attacking Russia. And yeah, Russia's gonna attack back, but Russia hasn't really gone after really hard targets. They're going after like soft targets. Like Ukraine just went after like heavy targets. We're talking about they're blowing up bombers, they're blowing up bridges. Like this is wild. It's if it doesn't escalate like within the next 48 hours to like a bigger war, like it's gonna be a bloody summer. It's gonna be a really bloody summer. Not good. Not good at all. But let's go to the next story, which is the New Orleans one with this escapee.
Afternoon, I'm Lauren McCoy.
And I'm Meg Gatto. A social media video showing what appears to be one of the Orleans jail escapees prompts a search of a home in New Orleans.
Todd Trung joins us with details on the search, which is now in its third week.
Well, Lauren, that social media video spread quickly after it was posted on Sunday, and a source tells Fox 8 that state police searched a home on Agriculture Street in the 7th Ward because of it. The source says officers got tips from relatives who recognized the backdrop in the social media video. According to the Associated Press, when investigators searched the home, they did not find Antoine Massey, but did find clothing they believed he was wearing in the video. Massey and convicted killer Derek Groves are the two remaining escapees who broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail on May 16th. 8 other inmates have been recaptured. Today, Governor Jeff Landry repeated the message authorities have been sending to the fugitives.
What I would urge is that those two quit the hide and seek game that we're playing, turn yourself in, and you'll be able to have your day in court.
Typically what happens is as time goes on, those resources dwindle and dwindle, and they're either forced to do something drastic, like further criminal action, a carjacking to get transportation, rob a store to get money.
And that was security consultant and former Secret Service agent Donald Lane. He says the social media video of Massey is bold, but also desperate. Lane believes it shows Massey running out of options and trying to win over public opinion. The reward in this manhunt for Antoine Massey and Derek Groves is now up to $50,000 per fugitive. Reporting live, Todd Trung, Fox 8, Local First.
That's pretty low, 50,000 for one. I saw that video. I saw the video. I saw him pleading his case and so forth, and it kind of does make sense. That's the thing. That's what the media now is worried. You saw what he said about the social media stuff, try to win over the public. Why did he have to say that? Why did that reporter say that? Because he's probably saying the truth. And the media, they know if he gets to the public's going to have an uprising, and they don't really want to deal with that. Okay. He might be right. You know, if you got the, let me see if I could pull up the story. Give me one sec. Because I did see the video. Let me see if I can find it in my history real quick. Maybe I could just bring it up. But I saw that like a few days back, so it's gonna take me a while because I watch a lot of YouTube. I said, "What's up, you guys? Hope everyone having a good evening." Just here, I'm looking for that video because I had that video. Where is this? Is this one? No, it's not. Which one is this? Is it this one? I think this one. I think this is. Is this? Let me see if this is it. It's in my history. So yeah, this is it. This is it. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see. Okay, we saw the media, right? We saw what the media reported. Now we're gonna listen to the escapee. We're gonna hear his what's going on in his mind, and you be the judge. Okay, you be the judge and the jury, like I am going to be tonight. All right, and we're gonna go by the energy and what you feel. Okay, just put yourself as you're in the jury and you're listening to this guy speak and feel the energy from what he's saying. That's all I gotta say, and then we'll discuss a little bit more after this. Let's go for it. It's gonna be cool. Oh, the good things I have it here. So let me just bring it up. Let me fix the screen here before I start. All right, we're gonna enjoy this. It's 9 minutes long, so buckle up. He's gonna plead his case. All right, here we go.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of OGC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a roll hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation. So once I got in Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false. And she even saying it, you know, she let them know the truth, that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her, nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like, what, a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on, that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself. So I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They said that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're going to believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that, but that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That in St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why would I, in Orleans Parish, why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson, these people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on. And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. It's a lot of corruption. It's jillions. All type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that needs to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they handling cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all, please, to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world. I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Madsen.
Wow.
I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne, this is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne.
Oh shit.
Please help me, bro.
Oh damn. Oh damn. All right, that gave me goosebumps all over again. All in my neck and my shoulders. That was pretty strong. That was pretty strong. Wow. He's gonna need the help. He should get it. I believe him. I believe him. I believe his whole story. Everything from the beginning all the way to the end. I believe him. They really do need to step up and help him. Like he's one, I think he deserves to have a fair trial, with proper attorneys, and it sucks that he had to escape jail to be able to do a video to talk like this, because you can't do a video like this in jail and talk like that in jail. It's yeah, can't just, it's wild. It's wild. But I believe the man. I believe him. See, I as a juror, because I see as a juror, as the judge that's listening, because you have to listen, feel the energy, feel the story. I might play that video again because that's how strong that video is. Especially the ending. The ending of it, well, he's calling out to Lil Wayne and letting him know he was the ring bearer of his wedding. That's a very strong signal. Very strong energy. Like, very direct. Like, as strong as this energy behind me, like, strong. There's a lot of corruption. I don't trust a lot, like the story. They can't be trusted. And there's a lot in the system that's very corrupted. And favoritism, and the jail system is very profitable. Let me repeat. It's very, very profitable. So I believe the guy. I truly believe the fucking guy, man. Because the media paints him one way, right? The media, they're gonna report, and I can show that story again. Where is it? Did I? Oh shit! I took it out. Well, I can get it on the story on the here. Hold on. I'll just bring back that story, and then we'll compare the two again, because this is a man's future, his life. This is it's you can feel the energy from the law, and feel his energy, and feel the energy from the police and those that are like in law, that's looking at and trying to like that energy. It's just doesn't feel right with the law, and this guy, he feels like very innocent. Man, you could have had me as a juror, because I could feel his energy, man. And I'm glad he did the video, because now it's like you get to feel it. It's such a this show. Where is it at? Give me 1 sec. Okay, this is it here. Let me set it up. So we're gonna watch it again, okay? We're gonna watch the news, and then we're gonna watch his plea. All right? And then we're gonna compare the energy. I want you to watch the news, okay? Feel the energy and how they speak, the tone that they're using, the vibration of the urgency. Like, this is how I break down stories and energy in stories. And I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it, like how I do it. And you just feel out, like you feel the energy. So let's go ahead and show you the news first, and then we're gonna go to him. Let me set it up here. I'm kind of getting a little better at this. And let's watch the media. Look at the energy. Feel the energy in the story and the tone of their voices. Okay. And once we're done with this, it's only 1 minute and 47 seconds. We're gonna go to his plea, and we're gonna listen to his voice, listen to the story again, and feel the energy, feel the emotion, feel the urgency. Okay? Let's do it.
Good afternoon, I'm Lauren McCoy.
And I'm Meg Gatto. A social media video showing what appears to be one of the Orleans jail escapees prompts a search of a home in New Orleans.
Todd Drung joins us with details on the search, which is now in its third week.
Well, Lauren, that social media video spread quickly after it was posted on Sunday, and a source tells Fox 8 that state police searched a home on Agriculture Street in the 7th Ward because of it. The source says officers got tips from relatives who recognized the backdrop in the social media video. According to the Associated Press, when investigators searched the home, they did not find Antoine Massey, but did find clothing they believed he was wearing in the video. Massey and convicted killer Derek Groves are the two remaining escapees who broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail on May 16th. 8 other inmates have been recaptured. Today, Governor Jeff Landry repeated the message authorities have been sending to the fugitives.
What I would urge is that those two quit the hide and seek game that we're playing, turn yourself in, and you'll be able to have your day in court.
Typically what happens is as time goes on, those resources dwindle and dwindle, and they're either forced to do something drastic, like further criminal action, a carjacking to get transportation, rob a store to get money.
And that was security consultant and former Secret Service agent Donald Lane. He says the social media video of Massey is bold, but also desperate. Lane believes it shows Massey running out of options and trying to win over public opinion. The reward in this manhunt for Antoine Massey and Derek Groves is now up to $50,000 per fugitive. Reporting live, Ton Trung, Fox 8 Local First.
All right, you heard that you felt the energy, right? You feel how they were talking, how the media was talking. Like, yeah, he put out a video on social media, but it's like it doesn't mean shit. Like brush it off, you know? Like, they don't even go to details of what the video was pleading or nothing. No. They're like, no, we got to catch this guy. He's the menace of society. He's the number one target. Like, just very weird. Let's go ahead and go to his plea now, and we're gonna feel the energy again on this side. And we're gonna do this one last time.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of JC. What I want to talk about today is as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here and St. Tammany Parish. There's two different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. You remember, all allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her and none of that during the timing of the date, which was.
Let me hold off on him real quick. That Diamond person, I remember I did a show, and it's on one of the episodes. I don't know which one. I'm sorry. But we did see a newscast where that person's name was part of the people that they arrested and that has gotten charged or they're in jail. So that Diamond White person, or I think that was the name of the person. I seen that name and I recognized it from the story from the media, and that's been placed under arrest. We can still hear him out, but I'm trying to blend the media and how they like their information and what he's saying, and they saying that he was a murderer. Like, I think it was second-degree murder or something like that. I mean, he did not mention that he was a murderer. So, is the media what's going, like, what's the truth? You know, but let's continue hearing him out, and then I'll go to the next couple of stories, and then I'll wrap it up. Which is the Boulder story. I think that'll be the last story. Yeah, we'll leave that for the last one. So after this one is the Boulder. We'll talk about the Boulder, and then I'll wrap up the show, and that'll be good enough for tonight. So let's go back to the plea here.
November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so I was in St. Tammany, right? And I was on a regular domestic charge, right? So they put a parole hold on me because I was on a domestic charge. So with that being said is that once that occurred, and the charges was refused or whatever, they shipped me to Orleans Parish where I had more open charges. It was the theft of a motor vehicle and the domestic abuse, battery, involving strangulation. So once I got at Orleans Parish Jail, all right, I have from the district attorney's office, this woman who they say that I initially raped in another parish and in Orleans Parish is the same woman here. It's not different females. It's the same grown woman, not a child, a grown woman. Okay, she did the same thing in Orleans Parish, right? Correct. I'm about to show you how the system is corrupted. Okay, she did this, right? Saying all allegations against me is false, and she even saying it. You know, she let them know the truth that I never did this to her. I never hit her. I was nowhere around her. Nothing. She got mad and thought that I was dealing with another woman. That's why she did what she did to me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too. Once I got into Orleans Parish, I was there for like a month or something like that. Okay, a lot went on as that time progressed. Okay, if you was an innocent person and you know the judges and DA know that this person is saying that all the charges that you're on that you did not do, why was you still in jail? Louisiana have the highest incarceration rate in the world for putting black people away. Yes, at the end of the day, in my younger life, I'm not gonna lie, I was causing problems. I was young. My daddy got killed when I was 7 years old. My mom had to raise 4 children by herself, so I had to find a way to try to help my mother. You feel what I'm saying? But as time went on, the person that I once was, I'm not that person today. That is not who I am. I have a 3-year-old son. I have an 18-year-old daughter that graduated yesterday, supposed to be. At the end of the day, that people don't understand that they see that I'm armed and dangerous. I have a heart. People that know me know that at the end of the day, I am a good person. So I'm asking for help from the world, from Meek Mills, Lil Wayne, Young Boy, Donald Trump. I'm asking for these people. I couldn't even get a lawyer. I couldn't even afford a lawyer to prove my innocence while I was in Orleans Parish jail. They say that I broke out. I didn't break out. I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey. The guy who said that I threatened him with a shank, the maintenance guy, how could I threaten you with a shank? If you can't come around me, you're a maintenance. You cannot come on the tills without a deputy being behind you. Because if they just let you on the till, you could be persuaded to bring drugs or anything like that nature. So how can I threaten you to jail you? And why you didn't notify the people, the police, that if I did threaten you, you never did that. Like, you flat out lied on me. Sterling flat out lied on me. And I want to let the media know that from the straight tattoos in my face and things of that nature, of course they're gonna believe Sterling. You know what I'm saying? I never told Sterling nothing. I'm willing to take a lie detector test and everything behind that. But that's another subject. Orleans Parish is one of the corruptedest jails. That and St. Tammany Parish is the corruptedest jails in the state of Louisiana. Why was I even incarcerated with a woman saying that this never happened? This is this woman's name. This is the charge, domestic abuse violation. This is about the shit in St. Tammany. Why was I in Orleans Parish? Why was I even in jail? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. That's why I left the jail. And they have a lot more brothers that's innocent, just like me, that's trying to prove their innocence. That's why they ran. Jason Williams, the sheriff, Susan Hudson. These people are corrupted. These people was talking to St. Tammany and telling St. Tammany they gonna sentence me behind this, and telling St. Tammany if they can't give me, St. Tammany gonna get me. You see what I'm saying? Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case that's trying to pursue charges on me because of my prior history. Who I was in the past is not who I am today. So I'm asking for the media. I don't even have a lawyer to help me. I'm asking for help. That's why I ran. You feel me? I'm a grown man, man. I have kids. I have a mother. I have a baby mother, a child, my children mother. Like it's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy right there. The flow, listen to the voice, listen to the tone. Listen to the urgency. Like, you could feel his urgency because he knows he's gonna be put back in jail. Okay, he's gonna go through a little hell. If they get him a proper attorney and try the case properly, his sentence could be reduced, and it could be reviewed and so forth. And the breakout doesn't help. But if he had no choice, put yourself in this position, right? Then you come to me, and then we'll come back to him. So let's come back to me. Put yourself in this position of desperation, urgency, anxiety, like that they're coming after me, but I need to plead my case and put it out there to the world through the camera, and someone's recording it. So that person is going to jail. That's it. It's like editing and abetting. So it's you're going to jail. So the cameraman is going to jail. The camera person, female, I believe is female, recorded really good. Did a great job. Holy shit, great job. But you're gonna end up in jail. So you're gonna need an attorney too. I feel his energy. I feel the urgency. I feel the media, like they were saying, like they gave that clue. He's trying to plead to us, the masses, the people. And let's listen to the rest of his video, and then we'll come to a conclusion.
And that's why I ran. I need help. You feel what I'm saying? Orleans Parish and St. Tammany is one of the corruptest parishes in the world. And I'm asking for help. There's a lot of corruption. It's jiggins, all type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing. In the state of Louisiana, this is something that needs to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the wrong woman, not a child, the wrong woman stated that he never raped her. He never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. So I'm asking, please, for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL, you know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's corrupt. Lil Wayne, Donald Trump, please, I'm asking for help. You know what I'm saying? When I get back in custody, I'm asking y'all please to come and help. You feel what I'm saying? I'm asking the world to letting y'all.
He's planning to be put back in custody. Because he knows he's going to be put back in custody. He mentions it. He's like, I'm going to be put back in custody. But he's pleading to the world. He's pleading to these artists, these people that he probably knows, especially Lil Wayne. He mentions him at the end. Is very powerful. You can feel the energy, like the desperation, the urgency. Just listen to the tone and sit and watch and be a juror. Just feel and determine his innocence. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue playing, and then we'll go to the next story.
Y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made Sterling lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne.
We're here.
This is Big Antoine's son that's talking right now. I'm Lil Antoine. I was in your mama wedding when she married Rabbit. I was the ring boy, Lil Wayne. Please help me, bro.
Wow. He was at Lil Wayne's mama's wedding. He was the ring boy. It's strong energy for sure. Message clearly, if it hasn't gotten to him yet, it's gotten to the world. I mean, I'd rather get a good attorney to defend this guy than the other kid, the Carmelo Anthony. Like, that's a fucking mess. He committed murder. He committed like first degree murder. Stabbed the kid in the heart because he got his feelings hurt or some shit, right? He got pretty much body checked and got his feelings hurt, and in retaliation stabbed a kid in the heart. In the heart. Could have stabbed him in the stomach, could have stabbed him on the side, could have, graced him or not. No, he went for the heart. Okay? To hit that, you really have to like boom in the heart, like in heart downward. I want to see the autopsy of that to see the position of the knife, the entry. It'll say a lot. That case is so crazy. I can't wait for that one to start. We'll cover that case definitely on this channel, and I'll talk about it. But this guy here, Antonio, he has a case. He does. He, like I said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. He escaped jail, so they're gonna try to hit him with that, of course. The longer he's out, the longer is the more aggressive they're gonna get. Yeah, they are. There's a bounty on his head. There's a $50,000 reward for the capture of this individual, and I wish him the best. I hope he gets a good attorney, and I hope he gets an opportunity in court. Hopefully, it's something I could probably follow up and report on. It'll be a good talk for sure. But I felt his energy and the urgency. Like, it gives me anxiety just listening to him, like, because of the urgency. And there's others, he said. He said there was others inside the jail that are just like him and can prove and so forth. But the jail system is so corrupted. And it's true. Some of the jail systems around this country is very corrupted. Very. And a lot of people are in jail for like petty shit. And it's just sometimes it's with him is a very that case, it keeps getting, there's a lot of rabbit holes in that situation with that breakout, and they try to make me believe that these guys were able to fit through pipes in the wall. Like, the pipes weren't even cut out. Like, who was able to fit through those, like, to get out? If you go back and watch that story, because I covered that story, now I'm seeing it, it's like, how can they sneak out, all of them at the same time? So what they did, waited for each other and help each other through, and then once everybody got out, they ran out together. Like, does that make any fucking sense? They're not saying the whole story. They're not. Where's the cameras? How come we haven't seen any camera footage? Like, proper camera footage. Like, they only show you bits and pieces, but they don't show you the whole thing. And who was in charge at that jail? Who was working that night? Like, were there any officers? Has any officers got arrested? Like, I'm sure there's a jail system. There should be police officers there. I don't know. I'm confused. It's a weird fucking story. It just keeps getting weirder. So let's go to another weird story, like a good follow through, right? So let's go to the next story here. This is from the Boulder. Terror suspect arrested. Well, the family was arrested by ICE agents. Interesting.
And now this just in, there is a report that we did want to let you know about right here. According to a Fox News reporter, the wife and all 5 children of Boulder terror suspect Mohammed Solomon have been arrested by ICE and HSI and are now in federal custody. That is according.
Wait a minute, time out. What? The wife and all 5 children are arrested. Have been arrested. Look, that's what they wrote. The wife and all 5 children of Boulder terror suspect Mohammed Salam have been arrested by ICE and HIS. Yeah, and they're all in federal custody. Huh. So they arrested the children too? Did they put little handcuffs on them? Did they put them in cages? I just want to know. I'm just sorry. I'm a little nosy, but that wording is very horrible. Like, all 5 children are arrested also. What the fuck does children do? They're in here illegal? Like, we need more to the story, man. And news media is so fucking incomplete, man. Let's keep going. Let's listen to this crap. But, man, wow. I mean, the wife, okay, if she's in illegal and she got in illegally and stuff like that, I would understand that. But the children, were the children illegal too? I have a lot of questions. Holy shit. I know I paused the damn video, but I'm just reacting right now to this, what I'm reading. And this is multiple senior DHS sources tell Fox News. That's crazy. That's okay. They put the wife with the 5 children, but they put them in jail and pretty much arrested, and they're in federal custody. These kids are in federal custody. Like, what the hell do the kids do? Were the kids helping fill the bottles up with gas or something? And I don't understand how he was carrying 14 bottles at the same time. I mean, I think that would be pretty heavy if you're carrying 14 bottles of gasoline, like Molotov cocktails, and try to take it to where they were protesting and try to burn people and throw it. Wouldn't you just start lighting up and throwing? I mean, if you're gonna do an attack, like attack, like, I think one of them, he actually burned himself. Like, I think if that's the video we're gonna watch, I think he burned himself throwing the Molotov cocktail. And I think he was just throwing it away because I think it was burning him or something. I don't know. He threw it and he caught on fire too. Let's see if that's the video. I'll slow it down and we can watch it in slow-mo if you want. So let's continue this news cycle.
According to multiple senior DHS sources who have shared that information with Fox News. Mohammed Sabri Solomon, 45 years old, is that suspect. He faces hate crime charges in federal court and attempted murder and other charges in the state. And he was in the United States illegally. That's according to a number of sources, including the FBI. He is charged for injuring a dozen people in Boulder, Colorado, in an attack on a group demonstrating for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. He attended that event disguised as a gardener and he told police that his initial plan was to kill them all. Now, Solomon, whose first name was also spelled Mohammed in some court documents with 2 M's, had 18 Molotov cocktails. He threw just 2 during Sunday's attack.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This story's getting weird. Wait a minute. This guy had 18 Molotov cocktails. He had 8. Okay, no, wait a minute. You trying to tell me you had 18 Molotov cocktails? Wait a minute. And a flamethrower? You had a flamethrower. And 18 Molotov cocktails. What game are we playing? Because I think video games, you get to do like some kind of shit like this, like Grand Theft Auto or something. Is this Grand Theft Auto 6 in real life? Like, is this a scene that it would be played in a Grand Theft Auto? That would be crazy if they took that scene and put it in Grand Theft Auto 6. That would be fucking crazy. But it'll gather a lot of attention. But like, so how the fuck he carried 18 Molotov cocktails and a flamethrower? And then he only lit up 2. So what was the purpose of bringing the other 16? I'll wait for your answer. And the flamethrower. First of all, I haven't even seen a picture of the flamethrower yet. I haven't even seen a picture of the Molotov cocktails yet because there's 16 others, right? Wouldn't there be any photo evidence? Come with receipts. If I come with receipts, media, come with receipts. You're just telling me a story without any proof. You're just saying it because you can say it. Come with some fucking evidence. It's ridiculous. Fucking incomplete media, man. I hate when media is so incomplete. Especially the fucking... I'm not even going to talk about it because then YouTube will get on my ass. I just came back on YouTube, so I know my numbers are low, and thank you for those who are watching and those who are rewatching. I appreciate it. Let's go back to the story. It's pissing me off a little bit because I'm like, what's pissing me off is the children being arrested. I mean, if they're all illegal, okay, right? All right, if they came all illegal, okay, then they gotta leave or they gotta deport them. That's fine, deport them. But like arrested, and then they're in federal custody. Like, where you keeping them at? What location? And then how are the children doing? Because I think they're innocent in this. I'm just saying my opinion. Fuck it. Think however you want, but that's all I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and continue the story.
In which he yelled "Free Palestine." That's according to police. He did not carry out his full plan, quote, because he got scared and had never hurt anyone before. That is what police wrote in an affidavit. Now, the 2 incendiary devices that he did throw into the group of about 20 people were enough to injure more than half of them. And authorities said that he expressed no regrets about the attack. He is now being held on a $10 million cash-only bond, according to prosecutors, and he is due back in a Boulder County courtroom on Thursday. More charges are possible in federal court, where the Justice Department will seek a grand jury indictment. Now, the public defender who is representing Solomon declined to comment after Monday's hearing, where he was officially charged. And some background is that Solomon was born in Egypt. He moved to Colorado Springs about 3 years ago, where he lived with his wife and 5 children. That is according to state court documents, and previously spent 17 years living in Kuwait. He was living in the United States illegally after entering the country in August of 2022 on a B2 visa that expired in February of 2023. That is according to a security assistant with the Department of Homeland Security who posted that information on the social platform X. So we did want to...
So you're telling me he was supposed to be deported back then in 2023, and yet they let him go on after his visa expired, and to live here another 2 years until this incident happened? I think there's a big fucking problem here. This is just a little ray of light to something that's actually a bigger problem. There's a lot of these individuals here in this country, and it's getting to that point that they can copycat and can cause terror. And I do think there's going to be a dark summer. It's going to be a really bloody summer. You know, it's wild. See what happens with Iran. I mean, that's U.S. is preparing for something big, and Israel knows it too because they're trying to ceasefire with Gaza. Like, they're trying to do it quick. They're trying to get them like to hurry up and fucking ceasefire because we need Israel to focus on Iran and be ready for Iran and have the Iron Dome ready. I'm pretty sure the U.S. is sending more Iron Dome systems to Israel, and giving them more state-of-the-art missiles to Israel for Iran, because they're gonna blitz Iran, and they cannot have the weapon. It was stated already there on paper. When this is not a figment of the imagination, this is the truth. They broke protocol. They broke the law. They weren't supposed to have no weapon, no material of that weapon. If they're telling me there's 900 pounds of that material in your possession, you have committed, like, you broke the law. You broke everything that we told you not to, but you did it anyways. And you think that we're in the gaslighting years of Biden. We're not in those times. The money that Biden gave you and allow you to keep and do what you want with, because that money was wire transferred to you, so automatically you got that money. And then you went ahead and upgraded your missiles and your uranium. You're looking for, I'm telling you, it will be World War III, okay? U.S. is not going to really focus on Ukraine because U.S. is going to be focused on Iran. That's the biggest problem right now. Ukraine is very fucking corrupted. Trump knows it's corrupted. Trump already talked down to Zelensky at the White House, okay? Zelensky looked like a little boy being punished in front of the media. Like, he stripped him down. Like, he came in with that military look instead of wearing a suit. Like, he came in looking like a fucking idiot and sitting there, and he was trying to clown Trump. And Trump was like, wait a minute. And J.D. Vance also had to jump in that shit and be like, hold on a second. Fuck you. You know? You fucking corrupted motherfucker. You know, a lot of corruption in Ukraine. A lot. And democratic corruption. We're talking about even back to the Clintons. You know, the Obamas and also the Bidens big time with Ukraine. Woof. Oh man, a lot of history, a lot of corruption there, you know, and Ukraine has taken a lot of money from the United States, and Biden just gave it to him. The Congress, all these people that were run, you know, the House, they were all run by the Democrats, and they just let that money go, and we were never going to see that. No interest paid back or anything. It was like, here you go. We kiss our money goodbye because we're never gonna see that shit back again. No interest, no nothing. It's just fucked up. It's just. But I just believe that it's gonna be World War III, right? And we have the players ready. We got the players. They're the ones that are gonna be participating. China going after Taiwan, and Israel going after Gaza, and then Israel going after Iran, and then protecting themselves from Iran while dealing with Lebanon and Gaza at the same time. And the U.S. is going to step up and shoot their missiles off of Israel, right off the coast there, and they're going to just start shooting up to Iran. And all over around the area, like the submarines and everything, are gonna go after Iran's where they know where they're developing or where they're doing their stuff at. So they know where they're at. Like, we have satellites that watch you every day, every second. Like, they're constantly taking pictures. They know everything you guys are doing, so they know where it's at. So it's okay. Just buy them a little time. That's what we're doing right now. We're just buying some time, and then something's gonna pop, and it's gonna take over the headlines. It's gonna dominate the headlines because this is something the Democrats really need. The Democrats are praying for this to happen. They're like, please make a war happen so we don't have to look like fools anymore. Like Jasmine Crockett. Like, all she knows how to do is say bad words. I'm like, no, you have to come with a reason to say bad words, not just say a bad word. Like, you're crazy. You're crazy, girl. That girl, you need a new wig. That's what I'm just saying. Let's continue the story here, and then we can wrap it up. Oh, man. Let's continue.
Shared that breaking news that multiple senior DHS sources have told Fox News that the wife and all 5 children of Boulder terror suspect Mohammed Solomon have been arrested by ICE and HSI and are now in federal custody. We, of course, will continue to follow this information and all developments, passing those along.
I bet his wife is pissed. I bet she's pissed. I bet you she's pissed off. She's like, this motherfucker. I told him to fucking chill out. The motherfucker still got hyped. Did all this fucking gasoline Molotov things because it's 18 bottles. He carried. I can't believe he carried 18 bottles and a flamethrower. Like, I want to see a picture of that flamethrower. I really never seen a flamethrower before, like in the camera, like being used on people. But they don't say that. They say the Molotov cocktails is what caused them to have fire, and spread the fire. Okay, I understand that, but I don't understand the flamethrower. And they've been mentioning a lot the flamethrower. Makes you think, huh? Like, how the fuck did he carry all this stuff? Because I'm pretty sure if I'm carrying 18 bottles full of gasoline in it, think about when you go to Walmart or you go to the supermarket and you're getting a couple of gallons of water, but you see those gallons of water, you can break it. It's heavy, okay? It's fucking heavy. How the hell did he carry it? Did he put it like around his neck and he was just carrying it like this with the flamethrower like this? And then he's running. He's like, oh, pro-Palestine. Hold on. I gotta take these bottles down. It's fucking heavy as fuck. Okay. I got the flamethrower. Oh shit, it doesn't work. Let me just put it right here. Fuck. Let me turn this shit on. I'm fucking free Palestine. And then turned on two of them, and then he ended up burning himself on one of them. This story doesn't have it. Let me see if I can find it, because I think I have it in my history. It's like, yeah, Rick's history. We gotta get into Rick's history, what he watches. Oh man, I'm trying to see where I watched it at, because I saw it. I saw it when he burned himself, and it was crazy. I did see when he burned himself, but I'm trying to see which story when I saw it, because I watch a lot of stuff, and sometimes those are embedded, sometimes in stories, and it's not like a standalone story, but I may be able to find it. It's in my history, so I could probably easily look for it here. Let me see if it's this one. If it's this one, I'm gonna laugh. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it is this one. Oh shit! Yeah, let's watch it. It's from NBC News. So let's watch this one before I leave. So let me set it up, and we're gonna watch this last one from the Boulder. So let's take a look at this one, and we'll get the opinions at the end and what I feel about it. Okay, feel the energy, hear the voice, feel the vibration, feel the expression, the body movement. His look at him, look at his neck, look at his body, look at his pointing. Look at his stance. Look how the energy, like he's teetering at a degree of forwardness of like it. That's how I break down cases and stuff. I break them down like how I see it, and video is proof. Okay, video is everything. So let's go ahead and watch this, and then after the 2 minutes, we'll talk about it.
Tonight, as terror suspect Mohammed Solomon sits in a Colorado jail cell, his wife and 5 children are now in ICE custody, according to the Secretary of Homeland Security.
We're also investigating to what extent his family knew about this horrific attack, if they had any knowledge of it, or if they provided support.
ICE agents taking the family into custody just days after the FBI searched Solomon's Colorado Springs home. After moving to the state 3 years ago, federal officials say the Egyptian national had overstayed a tourist visa, but did have a pending asylum claim. Authorities have not confirmed his family's immigration status. On Sunday, video captured the 45-year-old attacking a rally for Israeli hostages, armed with Molotov cocktails and a makeshift flamethrower.
It's shocking. It's disgusting.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry I had to stop the story. Did I just see someone just catch on fire? Who's the one that was on fire? Hold on. Okay, I gotta go back. Okay. Was that him? Hold on, let me see something. I want to make sure. Yeah, was it him? Because I'm trying to match up. Because he took off his shirt, so he caught on fire. He burned himself. First of all, why are those people standing around there? If they see, okay, I put myself at the scene, right? Let's put yourself at the scene. This is a good timing to practice your self-awareness. If you were here and you saw someone with an orange vest holding a Molotov cocktail that's on fire, what will be your first reaction? Would it be to stand there and watch him? Or would it be to get the fuck out of there? I take the last one. I'm crippled. I cannot run. I walk with a cane. So it's something that, like, when I walk with shoes, I have to walk with a cane, because when I walk in shoes, it's like walking on stilts. I'm off balance. I have really bad balance. And I wear New Balance. That's crazy. I wear New Balance, but I have horrible balance. But when I'm barefooted, because I'm always barefooted on my show, I'm grounded. So I feel like I don't really need the cane as I'm inside my apartment, and my feet is touching the ground, so I feel more stable than with shoes. When I wear shoes, I'm fucking clumsy. Like, I'm like a baby giraffe. But this guy here, was this the guy, the Egyptian guy? And then let me fast forward a little bit where you can see that he catches on fire. Like, he's on fire right here. Like, let me see if I can get it a better image. Okay, you see he's throwing it here. So he's throwing something here. These people are starting to say, all right, I don't know what this guy is doing standing here. He should have been long gone. This one here is like watching. He's like watching what's going on. But if I move it up a little bit, you know what? Let me slow motion it. Let me see if I can do it on slow-mo. Speed. Where to go? Slow. Want to go slow. Well, is that the slowest I could go? Let me see if I can go slower. Hold on. No, that is the slowest you can go. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to start it, and then you're going to see and I put it at slow-mo. So you're going to see him catch on fire right here. So keep your eyes right here. He has his hand up. He's throwing it. But you can see the fire is already out of the Molotov. So whatever he did...
Molotov cocktails.
Look.
So, make armed with
Like, here he comes running. He has it lit. He has it sideways, so it's spilling. It's on fire in his face, and it got on him, and he's burning. They did not mention that in the news. Did you hear any of that in the news? Of him catching on fire and him being on fire? He and his pictures, his mugshot, his what they showed, he has burn wounds on his face, which makes sense from the Molotov cocktail of him throwing it. So yeah, he did throw it, and I think when he went like this, it spilled out. So when it spilled out, his hand was on fire, and when he threw it, the fire just went all over him and all over his clothes. So he took off his clothes, so that's why he was without a shirt while he was holding the other bottles he had. So then he had a total of 18. And he had 2 in his hands, and he threw 1. But there was 2 that was thrown, so that was a total of 4. So I'm trying to make the math make sense. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm still amazed that a man of this nature could carry 18 bottles of Molotov and a flamethrower, which I haven't seen proof of a flamethrower yet. I have not seen flamethrower, so I'm still looking for that. And I watch the news every day, and I don't see any flamethrower. But I do see this person getting severely burned from throwing this Molotov, which we're going to play it from right here. And then I'm not going to stop it. I'm going to let it play out, and then we'll talk about it at the end.
The hostages.
Oh, let me make it faster.
Armed with Molotov.
Look at that. Look. He got the fire in his face. Look. He's on fire. He's on fire there. Let me change the setting.
Flamethrower.
It's shocking. It's
you hear the flamethrower? Hold on. Let's make it back.
Makeshift flamethrower. Makeshift flamethrower. Makeshift flamethrower. makeshift flamethrower.
It's shocking. It's disgusting. I mean, literally seeing this man throwing
I have
Molotov
not seen the
cocktails
video on
onto
that.
human
Hold on.
beings.
I gotta
We spoke
show
to
you
Boulder
guys.
Police Chief Stephen Redfern, who told us once officers.
Give me a second. I didn't change the camera on it. My bad. Let me show you guys again. I was looking at it. I was like amazed. So let's start from back here, and then we're gonna do it with the slow mo because I want you guys to see again that this guy got severely burned from throwing this Molotov, which can be a mutual, like, you did this to them, now this is the energy response back to you, and you getting burned for what you did, because that was evil and that was wrong, and what goes around comes around. If you do bad to people, it's gonna come back to you. And this one was like a super instant, like it's wild. That's what it's for sure. It's wild, but it's very. I can feel the karma for sure, and that bitch came quick. Karma came quick for this dude. Because look, watch. I'm gonna put play. I put it at slow motion, so the playback is at 0.25, and then we're gonna see him come out here running. He's gonna throw the Molotov, which he's holding the bottle sideways. If you see it really good, you can see it that he's holding the bottle sideways. And then he's trying to throw it, and then when he throws it, that's when the fire gets on his hand. If you look real quick, if you look real good, you can see the fire in his hand, and then he throws the bottle. But then when he throws the bottle, the gas comes down on him because he's throwing it like the bottle is sideways and it's spilling from the back. So it's going like, I wish I had a bottle here. Well, I can do it like this. So let's imagine this is the bottle. So instead of like holding it like this and then throwing it like this, because the flame, perfect. That's what I needed. Instead of holding the bottle like this and throwing it like this, he went and did it sideways. So he did it sideways. So he was holding like this. So when he went like this, you see this angle right here? If you see right here, the angle is like this. So when he did like this, that fuel spilled out of here and he threw it. And when he threw it, his hand caught on fire because of the fuel came out from the bottle. He throws the bottle and his whole self catches on fire. His whole self was on fire for a moment. So that's why you see him. That's why the reason why he didn't have a shirt on. But I'm just more amazed that he was able to carry 18 bottles of Molotov. And a flamethrower. Because right after here, I'll play it fast speed. You hear the flamethrower. So, like, I want to see the picture of the flamethrower, but this is the picture of him throwing the Molotov and him catching fire.
Israeli hostages.
You see, look,
with Molotov.
and it got on him. Look, he's on fire. You see the big fire over here, and then you see him on fire. That's instant karma. Why they're not talking about this on the news? Why people are not talking about this on the news about the instant karma that this guy got fire in the face? Why they're not talking about this? Am I the only one talking about this on YouTube? Can I be the only one breaking the news? Like breaking it down properly? This is instant karma. This guy has got instant punishment for doing what he did. Like, this is like a religious symbol that they're really missing out on. Like, they could capitalize on this image right here. What goes around comes around. You do bad to one, bad will come back to you. And if you hurt someone, you're going to be hurt the same way you hurt them. And the fire came back to him. Come on. This is a missed opportunity by them. And they're not seeing it because they're not watching it in slow motion. But if they have the images that I have, they can see this as a religious moment. Instead of a terror moment, it could be a moment of justice, of the powers can be getting even for what they did. Okay, let's go back to the story and then let's finish it up. But he burned himself. He got burned. Let me put the speed back to normal. Okay, back to normal. And then let's go. But he's on fire there. He's on fire. Like, this is like NBA Jams. I remember playing NBA Jams when I was young. Okay, let's go back to me for a second. When I was young, I used to play the video games. And early in the 90s, mid-90s actually, we had NBA Jams that came out. And we had an arcade. So it's like, when you're on fire, you're on fire. And like, he's on fire. And your whole body was like on fire. That's how this guy looks like. He looks like, I don't know. He looks like Scorpion, or he's like on fire. He's like, I'm surprised they're not talking about this and saying that, you know, he got what he did to them. He got it right back to him. They're not talking about that in the media. You see how the media is so one-sided, and they only go with the negative side, and they don't talk about like the justice that happened when he was doing this terror, that the terror was coming back to him, that he was being affected by the terror. Come on. Like, am I the only one that's picking up on this? Because I have the third eye mask, and the mask is like giving me the showing me the truth, showing the world the truth through my vision and what I'm seeing, and I'm showing you guys the vision through video, and what I see. And I see everything on slow motion, just like the video. But I put it back in normal, and let's finish out the video, and then we'll finish out the show.
Cocktails and a makeshift flamethrower.
It's shocking. It's disgusting. I mean, literally seeing this man throwing Molotov cocktails onto human beings.
We spoke to Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern, who told us once officers took Solomon to the ground, he continued his rant.
The quick response of our officers, community members, the fact that he had
Let me see
16 other
one person
Molotov
on them.
cocktails there.
Wait, let me
and
go
wasn't
back.
able to use those.
I'm sorry, I got to do
That-
this because this is the last show of the
Quick
night.
response of our officers.
Okay, there's only one officer there. Quick response. That looks like a big girl. Is that a female officer? That looks like a female officer. I don't know if it's female. Is it female? Because if it's a guy, that's a big guy. So it could be a girl. I was just saying, girls could handle guys like him and put him in his place. Because I've known big girls like this, and they're like fucking bowling balls. Like you don't mess with them. They're fucking little beefcakes, and they'll handle you, and they'll manhandle you. So, but I don't see like a mass of all these officers all over the place. Nah, this person just was able to take him down easy. So, all right, let's continue the story. I'm just observing and reading I'm reading what I'm watching, okay, and breaking it down in my vision. But I see some flyers here on the floor. I wonder what these flyers are about here. And then of course you have burn marks here. But I truly wonder. Let's continue.
Officers, community members, the fact that he had 16 other Molotov cocktails there and wasn't able to use those, that is somewhat of a win for us.
At his synagogue, where private security is now backed up by Boulder Police, Rabbi Mark Soloway shared this is where 6 of the 12 victims come to worship.
How would you describe the last 36 hours? It's been brutal, horrifying, exhausting, so many emotions, incredible sadness and grief and tremendous anger too.
He tells us 2 victims airlifted to Denver remain hospitalized. As for the man behind this attack, tonight he has this message.
Look at the humanity of these people. I
Oh, there.
want him to just see that he just saw lovely, beautiful human beings and destroyed their lives. for
Yeah,
no
but the
reason.
fire, you don't understand. The fire came back at him and burned
And
him.
tonight, regarding the status of Solomon's family, the White House sharing in a post online that they have 6 one-way tickets for his wife and 5 children, adding they could be deported as early as tonight. Tom?
Okay.
Oh, they are deporting them, so they're here illegally. Possibly. But they're not going to keep them in jail. They're going to kick them out. That was the story there. So, as early as tonight, they're going to kick him out. They're going to say, hit the road, Jack. And never tune back no more, no more, no more. No. Interesting case. I think there was self-justice. I think there was justice there. I think there was karma came back so fast. You see, that's why I tell people do good, do good to each other, be good, if you're bad, just try to be good. You know what I mean? It's just change your ways, because this dude was in it to cause chaos. But what happened was that fire came at him and it burned the shit out of him, because there was a lot of gas that came out and you saw him on fire. So he got nervous and he started taking off his clothes. And as he's taking off the clothes, he's trying to get the fire off of him. So he's like this. He says, like the motion. I can feel that energy. I can feel like he's trying to like cover and stuff. And then he grabs the other bottles and then starts just threatening. And I think the only reason why he did that and he couldn't turn on those Molotovs is because the lighter he was using was probably in that vest that he had on. And he didn't have a lighter on his pants. So, because remember, he just turned on the Molotov. He didn't put it back in his pants. He put it back in his vest, but he took the vest off, and then he can't find the lighter, the lighter, and he's holding two Molotovs. So that's why probably the attack didn't continue. That's a weird story. That's a weird story, and the fact that they went and they got were they sending them to Egypt? Is the wife from like this? This story is so incomplete, and that's how the news, the media is. They only give you bits and pieces. They don't give you the full story. My question is, where the hell she's going? How she's going? Does she has money to live there? Like, are you just throwing her out there? Because that's reckless, in a sense. I mean, if she knew about it, she would not be leaving the country. They would not be deporting her. She would be in jail. And I think she's an innocent party in this. I think she's very innocent in this. Is she here illegally? Like, they need to answer a lot of questions. This is like the reporting these days suck. Like, I think there needs to be more independent like individuals that will go and actually truly question the narrative and push back a little bit on the narrative to get the real truth. Because I think there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. And the wife and the kids are innocent, and they arrested the kids too. Holy shit. And put them in the ICE detention. They put them in federal custody. That's wild. And then they're going to fly them out of here as soon as tonight. I hope they have money. I hope the government here give them some money to leave. Let's say you give everybody else money to leave. You're giving them what, thousands, like $2,000 if you self-deport? I mean, how the hell she's gonna start her life? Like how? Like what's going on? Like that's a lot to question there. That's a headache. That's a freaking headache. But I'm gonna wrap it up. It was a good night. We had a good show. I had fun. It lasted 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's a lot. I was only supposed to do an hour. But it got interesting, and I had a good time, and that's what happens when I have a good time. The show goes a little bit longer than usual. But with that said, I'm out of here. I'm tired. I had a good time, and I hope those who are watching had a good time, and those who are rewatching have a great time, and have a good morning, and good evening, and good night wherever you're located. And I'll do this again tomorrow. We'll get some more clips of what happens overnight and also during the day, and we'll just do a recap at night, and we'll use our energy, and we break down the stories and let the energy speak to us, and listen to the truth, listen to like the urgency, listen to everyone has energy and they release it a certain way. And Anthony, this Anthony kid, I really believe him, and his case is going to be very interesting to follow up on, because if he didn't escape the prison, we would have gotten this video. And this video is very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. So I hope he gets caught, because he needs to go back. That's a given. But he needs to be vetted properly, and he needs his fair chance at court at a neutral location with neutral jury, and hopefully his sentences could get reduced and he doesn't have to serve as much time. But this escape could hurt him, but it could help him because he got the truth out. And it's not only helping him, but it's going to help the others, and it'll put a spotlight on this jail, and put a spotlight on the mayor and the police chief and all the people that are in that parish. If the corruption is true, then it's a very big mess that's going on, and I feel like there's a big mess going on. So with that said, we'll do this again tomorrow, and I hope you guys are getting notifications. If you are, let me know in the comments if you are, or if you're not. If you're not, then of course you're not going to comment. But if you are, just leave a comment that you are getting some kind of, you're getting the message, like the notification. I hope YouTube is not censoring me. That's all I just wish. But other than that, have a good night. Thank you again, and we'll do this again tomorrow night. Peace.